Previously on Quick Start, we did something boring, like event grouping. It's essential, but kind of boring. So let's do something fun. Let's do bullets and let's shoot our enemies. And I almost knocked my mouse off the table. I was so excited. It was like bullets. Anyways, where do we start? We start by making a bullet. So add an object, a sprite, and we're gonna do the same as everything else. Let's call this bullet, and create with Piskel. And we're gonna do the same shebang we do every single time we use Piskel. Oh, is it actual 16 by 16? Huh. What happened? Maybe we need to like save and restart or something? Whatever. Right? It's just good. Right? It's 16 by 16. Okay. So, paint bucket, color. What should our bullets be colored as? Yellow? White? White is boring. Let's do a bull. A bull? A bull? A blue? Let's do a baby blue, like energy. Oh my god, that's so bright. My eyes do not like that one. Right, it's fine. It's fine. Let's live with it for a little bit. Right, so here's what we're going to do. Now, instead of making this 96 by 96, which would make this a ginormous bullet, we're going to make it like 32 by 32. So 32 by 32. And we're going to press enter. But now, we're going to open this again. And we're going to uncheck the resize the canvas content. And now, we're going to make this 96 by 96. Press enter. And we've made our... Oh, wait. Wait a bit. Let's go back. Control Z. Control Z. Wait, Control Z. There we go. Did it enough times. It worked. Let's go back. Right. Resize the canvas content. We took that off. It's 32 by 32. We need to check this in the middle because we want our bullet to come from the middle. There we go. I forgot about that part. This is like the anchor point. So select the middle. And now we make this 96 by 96. There you go. So now our bullet is 32 by 32, but the actual sprite square, where the something we're gonna talk about later, which is the points, is 96 by 96. Just roll with it. This is what we need right now. So we have a bullet, and that's all. Let's press apply, and we have our little bullet. If you put it on the screen, it looks like that. So it's big, but not too big. Let's delete it because we don't need it right now. Now that we have the bullet, let's go to events. And let's copy paste our event group. Copy. Where do we put it? Under player controls. Paste. And we're going to call this one shooting bullet. Press enter or click away. And then you can select the event group and do Shift and D. And you'll make a new event already under that one. So it creates a sub event. If you do Shift A, it creates an event on the same level. If you do Shift D, it creates underneath a sub event. So we're going to use this one. Created the other one, remember, just drag and drop underneath like that. And we're going to make it so that when the player, no, when the key is pressed. So key pressed. When the key is pressed, which key? Let's do D, because it's nice on the keyboard, right? It just sits nicely for me. You can do like W or whatever key you want. This doesn't matter. Just whatever key you feel comfortable with. This is your trigger key. When you press it, it's going to shoot a bullet. Press OK. When the D key is pressed, we're going to do trigger once. Actually, not yet, because I want to show you what happens if you don't put trigger once. It's funny. Oh my god, loud phones in the background. When the D key is pressed, and we're going to check if the character is flipped or not. So which way is he facing? So call flipped, horizontally flipped. So like that. Which object? The player. And select the player. And that's it. Press OK. Now, this means that the character is flipped. We want to make it to check if it's not flipped, like it's facing the right direction. To do that, we invert the condition. So you either double click it, and let's get, there you go, on this side, where it says invert condition, you select this, press OK, and now it gets this red thing, which means that it's the reverse or the opposite. So it says if the player is horizontally flipped. If it says the red thing, it's the opposite of what this thing says. So is if the player is not horizontally flipped. So it's facing right. I mean, it's the normal position. Another way to do this is to press J. There you go. You press J, and it just changes. There you go. But we want the reversed thing. So like that. So if you press D and it's not flipped, then we're going to add an action. And we're going to create object. Create an object. And the object's going to be the bullet. Now the position is the coordinates on the screen where this bullet is going to be created. I'm just going to click OK to show you. Go here on the editor and we start hovering around. If you notice here in the corner, there's a number that keeps moving, right? These are the coordinates, right? And if you hover over one of the tiles, one of the squares, it says X96, Y384. If you change it, now it says X96, but the Y is 288. If I change it like that, 192, 288. That's because the X axis is like this, from left to right. Plus numbers mean going right, minus numbers means going left. Or adding goes right, subtracting goes left. Up and down is the Y. Adding goes down, subtracting goes up. Now, how do we tell the game to create the bullet here? And do we put those numbers? Like X192, Y384? Yes, it would work. But the thing is, when your character moved to here, for example, and you press the button, it'd create the bullet here. Because that's where the coordinates are. The player changed. So we need to set it to the coordinates of the player, where the player is standing when we create the bullet. Oh my god, there is so much talking. How do we actually do that? It's quite simple. We go like this. We go back here to the creating the bullet. X position is going to be player dot X open and close parenthesis. That's how you tell that this is the X position of the player. And down here, it's the same thing. Player. It already starts like filling in for you. If you press enter, it puts the rest and then the dot. And then it tells you a bunch of stuff, right? To finish. Like, what do you mean? What do you want to do? It even has the positions here. It has the points, all of this stuff. Sure, if you look long enough, you can. Oh, there you go, the Y. So let's click Y. And yeah, it put it for you. Like Y, open and close parentheses. Or you can just do it manually. Y, open and close. Just get used to doing it manually. And you'll get so used to this, you'll just memorize it, just type it in like it's a normal word. So now, press OK. And so, let's preview our game. And if I press D, created a bullet. Look at that. Press D again, and D, and it's creating bullets. How cool is that? But that's not a very good bullet, because it's just standing there, right? We need to shoot it. So we're going to add another condition. We create the bullet, and then we add a force. We push it. So add a force to the object bullet, and speed on the x-axis. Remember, x is left and right. And we're not flipped, so we're facing the right direction, and we want to shoot it towards the right. So we're going to give it a speed of plus. Remember, adding goes right, subtracting goes left. So plus, now let's say 100. And on the Y, we put 0, because Y, up and down, we don't want to make the bullet go up and down. Now on the speeds, you don't want instant, you want permanent. Instant would be, it gives it 100, and then it goes back to 0. Permanent means it gives it 100, and it stays at 100. So think of it like this. Instant is like being on Earth. Permanent is like being in space. You know, like when you push someone in space, it just keeps on going forever and ever and ever. That's pretty much what it is. So let's press OK. So, and preview. Let's see what happens. So we go here. We press D. And that's our bullet moving. But there's an issue. If I press and hold the button, it keeps creating bullets. And it kind of looks cool, right? It looks like I'm shooting a laser beam. But that's not what we want. We want to just create one bullet. Or in other words, we want this event to only trigger once. So we add trigger once. Trigger once while true. It has nothing to add. We just click OK. And we're going to go here on the force, and we're going to give it more speed. We're going to double it up, like 200. Because 100 is too slow. It's a bullet. It needs to be fast, like Superman. So you're going to press D. And look. And if I hold down D, it still only shoots once. So if I keep pushing buttons, there you go. Keep pressing D, it keeps shooting. But now, if I look this way, and I press D, nothing happens. It only happens when I face that way. So how do I make it shoot both ways? Well, first things first, that bullet is still too slow. Let's give it plus 300. And now, we're going to select this one. And we're going to copy paste this entire event. We're going to select the horizontally flipped. We're going to press J. So this one's if it's not flipped. This one if it is flipped. And if it is flipped, that means it's facing left. And to shoot left, remember, adding goes right, subtracting goes left. So we change the plus for the minus. Like that. And now check this out. We press D. And pew, pew, pew. Face this way. Pew, pew, pew. How cool is that? So now we got bullets. We have some bullets in our game. Right, so now we need to hit enemies, and the enemies die. They go poop. So first thing, I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to copy one of these markers, and I'm going to paste it. I'm going to put it there, just so I can make a difference. Now I'm going to select the marker, and I'm going to do Shift A, and I'm going to add to this event the condition if bullet bullet is in collision with the object enemy. Gonna press OK. And if it is, I'm gonna add the action delete object. Delete the object enemy. And we're also going to delete the object bullet. So bullet. Delete the object bullet. Because otherwise the bullet would just fly on forever and kill every enemy in its path, right? And that's kind of boring. You don't want that. Oh, sorry. Oh, pardon me. And we actually think we want to delete the bullet first, and then we delete the enemy. So now let's try. So now when I shoot the bullet, bang, you kill the enemy. And if I try it the other, oh, I was gonna try it the other way around, but we killed the enemy with a bounce. I forgot we could do that. So instead, let's put our guy there. Let's copy. Let's make 2 enemies. Let's make 3 enemies. He's surrounded. He's like, oh my god, how do I get out of this situation? It's a bit of a pickle. What do I do? We shoot. There we go. And we kill that guy. And that guy. And that one. And that one. And da 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 da. And that's how you do a bullet. Also, this guy, I think he's dying the moment we spawn in because we're falling. Let's try putting it like that. And I don't know. There's some funny business going on there with the spawning. Yeah. It's because we're literally, I think it's like a little bit too much, and like it just taps there. If I do shift and back, I'm going to change his position a little bit just to make sure. And yeah, we're just hitting it just a smidget. But there we go. That's how you do a bullet. That's how you kill enemies. Right. Catch you guys next quick start. I hope you enjoyed this one. This one was fun, right? This is like what every game needs, like shooting bullets. Everybody loves this part. All right. Anyways, catch you guys next episode.